working on feeling the art of humbleness. Can you be with me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss him. Because sometimes I feel like a bitch. Because I don't want that person to come out, because if he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all.
Yo, what up, Wordsmith? I see you out there, brother. How's it going? How's it going?
Because I don't want that person.
Hopefully everybody's having a good night tonight, man. Just got done watching some football, obviously. Been watching football all day. Um, Man, it was some good games, bro. A lot of one-score games. Uh, yeah, a lot of back and forth. I'm excited. My Chargers are on Monday Night Football tomorrow night. Sadly, it's not at home, but hey, it's always cool to play the Raiders in Vegas. Y'all know I'm from Vegas, born and raised. So um, I just became a Chargers fan when I moved out here to California. I just feel like they're the least loved team in LA, so that made me give them some love. Hey, what up, Joe Cool? Definitely gonna be a good game tomorrow. I think the Raiders are going to get smashed, but we'll see, man. Geno Smith was balling up week one, so I mean, he could do something big week two too. Um, but yeah, man, we got a cool video lined up for you tonight. Sundays we kind of take it easy. We did about an hour stream earlier, early this morning, and then we'll probably do like an hour tonight too. Just depends on what the chat's looking like. So we'll see what's popping. And then tomorrow, our new schedule starts. So after our 2 weeks, we did 1 week with one schedule, and then this week we had a different schedule. So the new schedule will be in the Discord under announcements, but I'm just going to announce it here now, obviously. So the morning stream should be around 9 a.m., and then the nighttime stream will be 6 p.m. So it's 9 a.m. or noon for the East Coast in the morning stream, and then the nighttime stream is 6 p.m. West Coast, 9 p.m. East Coast. For our international people, I'm not sure of your time zones. So if you could base it off of American time zones and kind of play it from there, it'd be probably more beneficial for you guys. But like I said, so the first stream of the day will be 9 a.m. California time, 12 p.m. Eastern. And then the second stream will be 6 p.m. California time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So with all that out the way, appreciate everybody who showed up, man. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Thank you for double tapping them screens. The first video we got today is called Killer Cop Doesn't Realize Victim Recorded His Own Murder. This is from Red Thread Interrogations. Let's check it out.
He knows I'm a cop. I identified myself. This guy's trying to kill me, and I didn't want to die. Drop the gun, and bang, 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 and he starts running, and I start chasing him.
Oh, bro, you going to jail. You going to jail right now. You going to jail right now. You said you let 3 shots off. Yes, tomorrow's schedule. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Depending on if I gotta go to court Tuesday or something, that might change some stuff. But for Tuesday, but I should be able to handle it over the phone. I'm gonna try to call them tomorrow. Um, so we'll see what's up with that. But I should be able to not have to go to court. I should be able to get my extension over the phone. Hopefully that works out. But yeah, man, dude's running like a dork. But bro just set himself up for murder one. He said he let off 3 shots, and then he started chasing bro. That's if dude's running away, why are you still chasing him?
This is Newman Raja, a Florida cop acting like a complete dork after taking the life of an innocent man.
I just got one down. I just shot one person. All right, you got it, buddy.
But little does he know, his own victim recorded everything.
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
And moments after this, the audio
Bro probably had a dash cam maybe, or maybe he was recording on his phone. We'll see.
would capture the senseless killing of Corey Jones. Now Newman will do anything he can to twist, manipulate, and use the same laws that he was meant to uphold.
And I'm like, hey! And I put that front sight right into the black silhouette, and I squeezed again. kind of got like caught with my pants down.
A little after 3 a.m. on October 18th, 2015, law enforcement in Palm Beach Gardens,
Florida, always Florida. This was about 10 years ago, it said 2015. Okay.
Florida, received a panic call from one of their own.
Down right now!
911.
Hey, this is Gardens Alpha 1. I just got one down. I just shot one person. I'm at that off-ramp right behind Doubletree. Black male.
You're behind the Doubletree?
I'm on the off-ramp, 95 southbound off-ramp, off the Doubletree. I am not covered in anything right now.
Numan Raja's fellow officers raced to the scene, an I-95 off-ramp, where they discovered 31-year-old
Bro, he had a little code. He said Alpha 1 or some shit. Like, and that let what's up, Crafty? Welcome to the chat, my boy. Shout out Crafty, y'all. We know, we like when the members show up to the live streams. Yeah, but he said Alpha 1 or some shit, and that let the 911 dispatcher know that was a cop. They all gonna come here to try to help this dude until till his audio or his video, whatever the victim recorded, comes out. Watch.
musician, city employee, and beloved family member Corey Jones deceased from 3 gunshot wounds. Raja alleged that he was working patrol in plain clothes. When he noticed a car broken down on the side of the highway, he approached it to see if anyone was inside. At that point, Corey leapt out of the car. Raja claims he identified himself and in
Bro, why are you patrolling in plain clothes, bro? You not even clocked in. Take your ass home, bro. What the fuck?
response, Corey pulled a gun on him. In self-defense, Raja had no choice but to fire. But as you're about to see, the story, presented by Raja himself, has about as many holes as a slice of Swiss cheese. Corey's car was broken down on the way home from a music gig. At the time of the shooting, he was on the phone with AAA, trying to schedule a tow truck to come get his car. As you know from every call that requires an agonizingly long hold, those calls are monitored and recorded.
Damn, that's the recording. I was thinking it was gonna be a dash cam, but my boy had AAA. My wife has AAA, man. Well, it's through her mom, but shout out mom-in-law, bro, because AAA be helping us out sometimes. But
That means that the entire shooting, from beginning to end, was recorded.
bro is a drummer, bro. He was a musician. You could tell from his demeanor, bro, he wasn't on that type of time. This cop is lying.
And that call, well, it proved that Raja wasn't just a liar, he was incompetent.
Huh? I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
So wait, that's how he just approached the car, bro? Like he wasn't even like, "Can I help you?" Like, dude, imagine that, bro. You're just broke down on the side of the road and some fucking psycho in plain clothes pointing a gun at you, telling you get your hands up. Like, bro, I'm broken down on the side of the road.
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The following footage was provided to us by Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office.
Officer Raja, are you aware this is a voluntary procedure and that you may decline to continue at any time?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you feel as though you are emotionally prepared to provide an accurate reenactment?
I believe so.
Okay. Do you have any questions about the reenactment procedure before we begin?
No.
Okay. Everything good?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm that the evidence you are about to provide will be the truth, the entire truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to go into as great as detail as you can.
Low key, the cop should have got a lawyer, but he was so arrogant that he thought these are my buddies. I'm just gonna say a couple buzzwords and this shit gonna be okay.
Why you were here, how you came about this. But first, I just have a few preliminary questions. Sure. You currently work for the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department?
Yes, sir. I do.
How long have you worked for them?
Since April of 2015.
April of 2015?
Yes, sir.
Any previous law enforcement before that?
Yes, sir. I was a sergeant with Atlantis Police Department, and I started.
Hey, good eye, Derek. Good eye, bro. His shit is inside out. He's a fucking doofus. stupid.
Atlantis, I think 2007, and I just wanted more. Once I topped out there, I wanted more.
Okay. What are your current duty assignments here with Palm Beach Gardens?
Currently assigned to road patrol on the midnight shift, late night, 7:30 p. 19:30 to 06:30.
Okay. Was that your shift?
Keep your voice up. I can't.
Okay, sorry.
Was that your?
Hey, what up, Scouser? Welcome to the chat, my boy. Hey guys, if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And please double tap those screens, man. Let's get those likes up.
Shift that you were working last night?
Yes,
also?
last night was my Friday. We worked 4-day on, 4-day off schedule. Last night was my last day on.
Okay. What do you normally wear in your duties?
Shout out that boy Triple Z's, man. Welcome to the chat. You know we like when the members show up to the chat.
On a normal days, we were full uniform with a badge and the name tag. For the last, since September 30th or so, we've had a lot of vehicle burglaries in our area and everything, and we were getting hit with them a lot. So starting last week, we started with this. We were setting up decoy cars, and at midnight, I'm Alpha 1 cover shift. So basically I have Beat 1, which is far out west, and there's not really that much happens. So they also use me as a cover unit. At midnight, I would go set up the decoy cars and everything like that. I would dress down in street clothes, and I've been doing this for the last 4 nights. And I would either take this van, or we have a gold Crown Victoria unmarked, and I would take that and basically drive around residential neighborhoods and everything blacked out, no windows down, see if we see any burglaries occurring.
Okay. Did you have anything on you?
I feel like that's not something the police do, bro. I feel like that's not police business, bro. I feel like he just made that up. Cause if so, bro, they are wasting my tax dollars, bro. They are wasting my fucking tax dollars, bro. Dumb as fuck, boy.
This evening, after you dressed down, showing that you're a police officer,
Yes.
did you have a badge or anything with you?
Inside, first of all, I always have my
boy, if you
wallet badge with me, with a police ID, which is per policy. And on top of that, inside my van, I had my tactical vest with had police in the front, police on the back, my name actually stitched onto the vest, Officer Raja, and I had my duty holster with me inside the thing.
Raja makes a big point out of highlighting that he had identification with him. He seems to be missing the fact that having that identification on you is only useful if you, well, use it. And though he claims he yelled out that he was an officer, the audio footage will prove that he did no such thing.
We were told that nightclub...
This guy's a psycho, bro, and he thought he had a free opportunity to kill somebody, bro. That's scary.
Right down the road on the RC is called Lux.
Excuse me.
And across the road is downtown at the Gardens, Dirty Martini. Lux, L-U-X. They were having a hip-hop concert tonight, and there was supposed to be a huge crowd gathering tonight. So we decided to, if you open the back of the van up, you'll see 8 riot shields, this, that gear, the loudspeaker, crime scene tape, and sticks, you know. And our thing was this, hey, if anything happens, if there's a big incident at Lux, if there's a big fight, we need to clear the crowd, we're going to forget about the 21 and report with the van immediately to Lux. So officers have quick access to it. And and number 2 thing that was discussed was this. While I'm in street clothes, while I'm in this, I do not do any takedowns, I do not do anything. But just in case of an emergency, something happens, that's why I have the vest and everything identifying on me. I'm supposed to call a road unit to come out to handle any situations.
Okay.
Bro, that sounds like he's not a cop, bro. Like, I know he's a cop, but that sounds like some shit a security guard would say. That sounds like some shit a mall cop would say. That was like a Paul Blart ass sentence.
To go back kind of quick, for other people that aren't police officers,
yes, I'm sorry.
If you would, just in the future, stop using the signal codes and stuff, because somebody may not understand it. So okay, you use 94, which we know is backup, and 21, which is burglary.
Yes.
So,
yo, young Pharaoh, welcome to the chat, my boy. Yeah, I think Crafty pointed that out earlier too.
So if you can just use plain,
make you want to rip the tag off.
Plain talk.
Okay, no problem.
For the future, just in case, because some of the non-police officers may not understand what you were talking about at that point. You satisfied with that? You want to go into the reenactment? Or
you said you're supposed to call the backup during situations. What situations are you supposed to call?
like for example, if I'm in one of the residential neighborhoods and I see a burglary occurring or something like that, or a suspicious vehicle or suspicious person, to call a mark unit, give them my position where I'm at, and tell them, hey, this is where this person is through. And then once the mark unit comes out there, makes the initial stop, comes in contact, throw my vest on if I need to and everything like that, and then go ahead and make contact with them.
So, Newman obviously knows what he's supposed to do if he encounters any suspicious people or situations, and yet that's not at all what he did. Rather than call for backup or report to the scene that he had actively been called to, he stops and conducts his own investigation on a car that he believes is abandoned.
Okay, now what I'd like you to do is go into what happened this evening. Start.
Bro, he out here doing missions nobody asked him to do. Like, bro, just go home, bro. You wasn't even clocked in, bro. That's like if I work at Walmart, but I don't work at the Walmart by my house, so I shop at a different Walmart, and then I just start picking up boxes. Like, no, bro, that's not your Walmart, bro. That's not your jurisdiction. That wasn't what you was on.
As far back as you have to. Okay. Try to go into as much detail as you can. Okay. If you need to stop, stop. If you need a break, tell us, let us know. Okay, and then try to be as elaborate as you can with what happened, how it happened, why it happened, and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, tonight at I couldn't really start this operation, if you want to call it, until midnight because I was actually a backup officer on a domestic call in Evergreen. And second I cleared the domestic call as the backup officer, I went to the station, changed out and everything through, and got it. Had the band prepped and everything.
Shout out Lethal in the chat. You know, we like when the members show up to this live stream, so thank you for showing up.
Everything like that. And I sent Sergeant Anderson a message because one of the things was we were assuming that these people that were doing a lot of the burglaries are coming from Jupiter area, from the Heights, and we've checked and we've seen a couple of these suspicious people that we've checked out with before and everything like that, walking south on Military, walking south on Central. So I started my day I started on PGA. I went down Military.
Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, man. We're on the road to 10K. We need 10,000 subs. That's our goal. We hit our first milestone of 5K. We're just under 5,300. So, we need 6 more to be 5,300. That's 6 important subs, bro. I'm telling you, every sub matters. So please hit that sub button, man. Help us out. Let's get back to the show.
All the way down to Hood Road, went into Donald Ross Village, drove around there, and then came down Central, down PGA, and then I came back here, went to the gas station, got myself a drink and some snacks, which are still inside the van, and I started to do the communities. And as I was doing this, I was sending messages to Sergeant Anderson on the laptop. Hey, I'm going to this community. This is what I just did. This is what I just did. So he's aware of the whole. So the chain of command is going. So he's aware of my location at all times. I did the first community was the Isles. I did the Isles, and I was about to go into Evergreen, and I was just about to go there and everything. And I remember that one of the 2 units responded to a domestic disturbance at the Marriott, and the Lux Club is located on the 1st floor of the Marriott. They responded to, like, on the 5th floor or something like that, to a domestic disturbance that was pretty heated. And so, Sergeant Anderson went there too. And as Sergeant Anderson was there, I remember him calling on the radio, hey, we have a disturbance going on downstairs in Lux in the nightclub. Have officers respond. So you kept on hearing different officers. I had the radio on, like, officers, I'm on the way. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this might be that call that, it just might break loose. So let me take the van, get out of where I was at, and start heading down in this direction to be close to it, just in case if something.
Bro ain't talking about nothing. They said, tell us what happened that night. Bro just got out the parking lot. It seemed like he just got out the parking lot. It seemed like he was like, hey, damn Wi-Fi thing. Welcome to the chat, my boy. But yeah, dude talking about nothing. He like, yeah, I put my seatbelt on. I drove northbound on, like, bro, that's not what we here for. It's a whole dead guy.
Something broke. I have the riot gear, everything like that we discussed about. So I turned on from military to PGA, and I was going eastbound on PGA. And as I was coming here and everything, I saw this vehicle stopped here, didn't see anybody inside, nothing. And I called out, I believe, on the radio. and I said that I've got I thought it was a disabled vehicle on the side of the road or an abandoned vehicle. So I saw this vehicle and everything, and I was like, okay, I've got this vehicle on the side of the road, and I'm gonna check out with it, make sure everything's okay. And you know, when I drove past it, I could not see anything, any occupants inside the vehicle, or if
When you drove past it, which way?
Eastbound.
Okay.
Eastbound. So I went down to the next light right there. I made a U-turn, came in here, and as I was coming out, I was like, it's like, all right, it's just an abandoned vehicle. This is the on-ramp. I'm just gonna pull in front of it like this and park in front and put my flashes on, dispatch the tag to see if I can see the owner. Maybe they walk to the gas station or have it towed, do what we need to do. But it's like, and this is where I'm kind of like kicking my, it's like, it's like thinking about hindsight. It's like our, golden rule. It's like, always act like a vehicle's always occupied. Never take that chance of like, this vehicle not being unoccupied. If I knew the vehicle was occupied, I would never put myself in a fatal funnel situation like this by pulling in front of it.
Raja should be kicking himself in the butt for a lot of reasons, starting with how bad his reasoning and his lying is here. For starters, the way Raja has parked his car was described by former FBI Director Frank Figliuzzi as a tactical emergency position, one that is only used during aggressive maneuvers.
Bro, that was the first thing I thought when the pictures were showed. I was like, bro, swooped in on him like he was SWAT. Like, cause his car shouldn't be facing that way anyway. Like, it shouldn't even, like he came in. You know what I mean? Like, that's like a mad aggressive maneuver. He gonna use the car to shield, have his gun out. You feel me?
To prevent a suspect from escaping. Using this when you believe a car is unoccupied makes about as much sense as the rest of Raja's behavior. Because he not only made a U-turn and drove the wrong way on a highway off-ramp to park here, but he parked diagonally across the off-ramp, effectively blocking it to traffic in an unmarked, unlighted vehicle. Why? Because, as you're about to see, his decision-making is abysmal at best.
I didn't think there was anybody in there, and as I got close to the vehicle, and the door swung open, and this guy jumps up, and I immediately got out of the van, and he's like, I'm okay, man. And at which point I said, hey man, police, can I help you? And
Bro just snitched on himself. Even if, look, we already know he doesn't identify himself because the narrator already said it. But he was like, I'm okay. So the first thing he did was swing open the door and say, I'm okay. You should probably back up at that point. If you're trying to be friendly, you know what I mean? If you're trying to be like, I'm just honestly concerned about you, you wouldn't want to startle them. So you would be like, okay, you're okay? Okay. I'm a police officer. If you need anything, let me know. I'm going up the road. Boom. That would be a example of policing, bro. You came in with a military swoosh and had your gun out, bro.
the second I said police, he jumped back, and I clearly remember him drawing and pointing a gun at me. I saw that silver muzzle, and I can swear on this, he had a Laser Max laser in the guide rod in the gun, and I saw that red light of that Laser Max flashing at me, and I immediately just shouted, drop the gun, and
Bro, sounds like you threw your spare gun on him. You knew all the little parts, bro. You knew the extensions. You knew the accessories. You knew the upgrades, my boy. On dude's gun just from him. Are you Jason Bourne? Like the fuck?
Let's do this. Take a deep breath. Let's do this. Okay. Do you need a drink?
No.
Okay. Listen, I want you to take your time. I want you to be okay. Listen, why don't we
You want to walk?
go over
Can
here?
you go over here and show us where you were when this happened?
Absolutely. And
When you got out of the van, which way did you go?
right here, I came right here.
Hold on one second.
Yep.
Come back here.
Yes, sir.
Come back
Yes,
here.
sir.
No, when you got out of the van, which way did you go?
In front. This is just like how
Okay.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
I immediately jumped out and I came right here. And at that point, I didn't have what I had on me. The only thing I had on me, because I was in plain, like my gun was still inside, my duty gun, my vest was inside, and the only thing I had was my backup gun, my department approved backup gun. And and waistband holster inside with a shirt tucked in like this. And I immediately said, "Hey man, police, can I help you?" And at which point, that's when he jumped back and I saw him draw the gun right at me right after I said the word police, and it was just I kind of got like caught with my pants down at that point, and it just immediately said positive. It's just like
I'm surprised he not like just saying my training kicked in, like bow 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 bow. You know what I mean? His explanation is dumb.
your family flashed in front of your kids flashed in front of you, and you and just immediately I drew down. I was like, drop the gun, and he didn't. He was right there, and I remember pulling the trigger I think 2 to 3 times, and he started running, and as he was running, I had my cell phone and I dialed. And I still remember putting my code in, and just like this, I had the gun, and I'm keeping an eye on this guy. And I put my code in, dialed 911, and I called dispatch right with my radio was banned. And the whole time, I'm like giving him commands. I'm yelling, screaming. I'm like, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun. And as he's running, he gets about like right just a little past where the guardrail starts, and he does this number, and I see his whole body spin, and I saw like a flash, a silver flash, like a metallic flash, come at me, and in my head, I said,
All right, we just learned something. We just learned something today. He was taught that saying. Hey Don, welcome to the chat. Um, he was definitely taught that saying. You heard that? I saw the silver flash. I saw the silver flash. That's his that's his training, bro. That's what they're taught to say. I told you he was gonna come with trigger words and and learned phrases. Bro, I told y'all. I called that from the beginning of the stream.
aim, aim, and I was like, aim, and I was like, and I just picked that front sight right in the center mass, and I just pulled the trigger 3 times, and I saw him drop, and I saw something silver fall. And at which point I was still on the phone with dispatch, just felt like, get your radio, and I just held what I had right there. I couldn't really see where he dropped, what happened, if he moved or anything, and I'm like, I don't see him, I don't have a visual on him, and I started to walk backwards and everything, came back to the van, grabbed my radio, grabbed everything, called out on the radio.
Everything that you've just heard is a lie. Well, everything aside from the fact that Raja pulled the trigger.
And Sergeant Sprague was the first one, and I can't remember, it was one of the new Tauruses were responding, and they actually thought it happened in Doubletree. And I got on the radio, I was like, guys, I'm right here, and they quickly turned in right here, and it was Arlotta, Nico Arlotta. And Arlotta had his rifle slung up in Sprague, I think. I'm like, guys, I lost sight of him right there.
Do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
I want this is for you. I want you to take a deep breath. Okay. Since I'm having trouble, you're a fast talker, and you're explaining everything. I want to be able to understand and make sure everyone's good. But I want to also give you a break to try and get some oxygen in you.
Yes. I'm sorry. It's just the whole kids thing gets to me.
Absolutely. That's perfect. Did you have questions?
I do.
Yes.
Now, while you were going through this, at any time did that individual fire at you? Do you know if the gun went off?
I don't know, honestly. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I was screaming, dropped, and the only thing I can think of was like I'm saying drop the gun. I announced myself as, the fuck is this guy pointing a gun at me? What the it was.
Okay.
I don't know if he fired around. I mean, I don't remember.
Okay. At any point, did you have any contact with that individual? Any kind of personal contact?
No.
When you were walking up?
No, again, like he jumped up and he said, "Hey, I'm okay," and I said, and I came out and said, my exact words were like, and I made sure I was speaking loud. I was like, "Hey, man, police, can I help you?" And immediately he does a step back and kind of like boom and just draws the gun. It's basically, if you're standing right here, do you mind if I?
Absolutely. Where was?
Sure.
Okay.
You said you got out of the van here. You had indicated earlier you put your flashers on. You said something about putting your flashers on.
My game plan as I was coming from PGA was this. I thought it was a disabled vehicle, so I was going to pull in front of the van, in front of the SUV, and put my flashers on, walk out, and see what's going on, and call out the tag and call a tow truck if I needed to get the vehicle removed. I thought it was a broke down vehicle. There was nobody in it.
Okay.
Is there a reason why you stopped here instead of pulling up?
Because the guy jumped out.
He jumped out as
Exactly.
while you were in the car. He jumped out.
He jumped out, and I immediately jumped out too.
That's a long-winded way of saying, actually, I didn't turn my flashers on at all. Raja didn't turn his flashers on, didn't grab any identification, and didn't grab his vest. He did, however, have time to grab his gun. He chalks this up to the fact that Corey Jones jumped out of his vehicle as soon as Raja parked. Except, that's not true. Because, as you remember, Corey Jones was on the phone in a recorded phone call with a tow truck for
Yeah, what the tow truck gonna say?
the entire interaction.
I wonder what they gonna say, bro. I bet you. Well, I think he already said it. I don't think he identifies himself as a police officer, bro. Like Mr. Jones probably thought this guy was just some robber or something. Like that shit looks crazy. He pulls up in a fucking unmarked, tinted out work van. Like what the fuck?
And the car door didn't even open until well after Raja parked and got out of his vehicle.
We're dressed exactly like this.
Low key, that was the passenger side too.
At any point, did you have any contact
With a tow truck for the entire interaction. And the car door didn't even open until well after Raja parked and got out of his vehicle.
We're dressed exactly like this.
Exactly.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Exactly like this, and I had my holster, which was covered.
It was covered.
What up, Janae? Welcome to the chat. You know we like when the members show up to the live streams. Appreciate you stopping by.
It was covered, wasn't
When
it?
you have your gun in your waistband, is it
No
obvious
ball.
that you're carrying a gun? There's no big bulge.
I have a big stomach, so it kind of overhangs over the holster.
were you wearing that same hat?
Exactly, just like this.
Okay. And you said you started firing. Was that around this area?
I believe I'm trying to think. It's like I remember he came out and said, "Drop." I can't hear you.
Yeah, but hold on.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking. I know. I know when he had the gun pointed at me around the car and everything. I fired. I know that.
Do you remember exactly where he was at when he? And let me go back. So he was in this area.
Yeah,
right
he was
here.
in this vicinity, somewhere in this vicinity.
You want to? Why don't you? Do you recall where you were standing? I know you had some difficulty. Do you know approximately where?
Somewhere in this vicinity somewhere. I don't recall exactly
Okay,
where.
why don't you do somewhere between where and where?
Oh, let's see. Totally. If I had to say something, I would probably say about like in this region right here. This would
Well,
be
I don't want you to have to say anything. That's why I asked you
Exactly.
approximate. So if you're safe saying where your attorney is standing and somewhere between there and somewhere, you just let me know.
It's somewhere in this area right here.
Put this at the western boundary of any possibility of where you were staying.
Okay, I'm gonna put it about here. Let's see.
And put this at the eastern. And take your time and arrange them how you want.
Okay. So I don't know what that for. I'll probably say about here.
Okay, so somewhere between number 1 and number 2.
Yes.
Safe to say this is where you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's when you initially came into engagement.
Well, like verbal engagement or
Well,
actually
you had spoke to him. When did you specifically see the threat?
right around this area. Because as it was happening, I still remember I was in this area and I said, "Hey man, police, how can I help you?" And I said that clearly. And when I said that, and he immediately just jumped, and I remember this action right here, the handgun on me.
Raja is having trouble remembering the locations where he fired 2 separate volleys of 3 shots, because he's trying to place them in an area that makes him look the best. Unfortunately for him, forensics will reveal things are much, much different than he's claiming. Now, Raja has been an officer for almost 8 years at the point of this footage.
Damn, bro, he not even a rookie, bro. How much shit you think he been doing? Cause he feel hella comfortable, like just rolling up on fools, like off duty and shit. Like, man, he probably done like whooped up people and shit, like road rage, pulled out his badge and shit, intimidated them. That's crazy.
In fact, he's an instructor at the police academy and a firearms expert.
Shout out that girl Dose, man. Welcome to the chat. You know, we like when the members pop up in the chat on the live streams. Twitch, welcome in too, my friend. Welcome back.
Yet he claims to have seen a laser on the gun. The gun in question, one of the cheapest handguns that money can buy, had nothing of the sort. In fact, Corey had bought it just 3 days before he was fatally shot for protection at home and on the way to and from his gigs.
Okay, so he did have a gun on him, but still.
And then he started running in this direction right here, just as you could.
Which
like,
side of the guardrail?
On the western side of the guardrail.
So he's on the grass?
On the grass, yes.
Okay.
He started running on the grass.
We like 30, 37 minutes in.
And
Twitch, you gotta join Discord. I always send out messages on Discord. Everybody gets like a warning.
And if I'm thinking, and this is where I grabbed my phone and I started running after him with my gun still pointing in his direction, screaming. And I was on 911. I was yelling. I was like, "Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun!" And I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
What was he doing at that point?
He was running, and right when he got about, I think it was, because this is where I started to walk. I remember I was around that area by that pole when I decided to walk back to get my radio again. Because this guy was like, "Go get your radio, Raj. Go get your radio." And
just be careful right here.
I'm sorry. And
he knows what he was doing. He was trying to kick some shit, like fuck up the evidence, like, you know what I mean? Because then they could never put the shit back how it was. Like, man, he's slick, bro. That one cop, this guy was like, "Watch your step."
I remember over here is where I was, and he must have been. Do you see this plant right here? This big bush?
Clump?
Yeah, the big clump. Just where the ditch is right there in front of it, kind of like he was in that area, and that's when he did the spin. And I was yelling, I was like, "Drop the gun, drop the gun!" And I saw him go like this, and I remember saying to myself, "Aim!" I still remember, and I was like, "Aim!" And I put that front sight right in the center mass, and I squeezed. I believe 2 rounds.
Okay.
And I saw him drop, at which point, and when he dropped and everything, and I started going up, and I couldn't see him. And I was like, I lost sight of him. And they're like, "Go get your radio, go get your radio." And I started to go, and I was like, just pedaling back and everything. And the guys came, and I was like, "Look, I lost sight of him right there. I don't know where he went to." And I think one of the officers was up north. He's like, "I think I see something up there," and this and that. So, and then Sergeant Sprague or Sergeant Anderson, one of the sergeants, was like, "Raj, come show me exactly where's the last point you saw him." So I started walking up the guardrail. As I started walking up, we saw him right there.
Okay.
Hey, shout out Steve from H-Town. Welcome to the chat, my friend.
What happened after that?
Well, once we saw him and everything,
Maddie Ben, welcome in.
He was laying face down, and both his hands were tucked underneath him. So Sergeant Anderson came to my left. He brought a shield. He was shield guy. I was shield covered behind him. And Sergeant Sprague came to the north side of us from almost at the tree, and he had a rifle out. And we said, "Okay, we need to approach it to make sure that he's still not armed. What's going on and everything." So we slowly approached him and everything like that. But before that, when they came, I ran to my van. I immediately put on my vest, and I immediately clipped on my thigh holster.
Bro, you was trying to make it look like you said who you was, but he didn't say who he was, bro. He just ran up. I want to hear this call, bro.
How far before? 150 feet, which is half a football field if you're American, and a little less than half a football field if you're, well, anything else. Raja claims that
Hey, well, football's the best sport, you know? That's why it makes sense. So it's about 50 yards. He was about 50 yards away.
he called 911 before he fired the second volley of shots. Yet Corey's call proves that's not true. In fact, he only waited 10 seconds between firing the two sets, while the AAA agent helplessly listened on the other end of Corey's phone. Then, 33 seconds after firing his last bullet, Raja called 911, pretending that he was still concerned about Corey having a gun.
Right now!
911.
Oh, so he gonna be like, I don't know which ones hit him and which ones didn't. I just was firing. But he knew he had already fucked up. So he had to make it seem like my life was in danger. See, I was on the phone when it happened. But that's not even what happened. That's crazy.
This is Gardens Alpha 1. I just got one down. I just shot one person. I'm at that off-ramp right behind Doubletree. Black male.
You're behind the Doubletree?
I'm on the off-ramp, 95 southbound off-ramp, off the Doubletree. I am not covered in anything right now. And, give me some units. I got one down. I got one man down. Have fire ready. Stand by.
Roger, you all right?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Drop the gun!
On the off-ramp, right?
On the off-ramp. Get me some units. I've lost contact with him. I don't know where he is.
All right, you got it, buddy. Where's your radio? Where's your radio, Raj?
My radio's in the van right now. I don't have it with me. That's why I'm on the phone.
All right, stay on the phone, buddy. What's the guy look like?
Black male wearing all black dress, had a silver handgun in his right hand.
At the point of Raja making this call, Corey had been shot 3 times. He was unmoving on the ground. His gun was half a sports field of your choosing away. Raja, a trained officer, knew that Corey wasn't holding a weapon. But he also knew that he messed up big time, and he had to try and make it look like he was acting in self-defense, even if he was defending himself against a dead man in the footage you've just heard.
Can I clarify a couple things?
Go ahead.
The shirt you have on.
Yes, sir.
Is that the shirt you had on?
Exactly just like this.
It's on inside out.
Inside out, because it's a shirt with the American flag on it.
Okay.
And the night before, I had a green shirt like this with an American flag, and all the officers drove by. Like, that gives you away as a cop.
You said he pulled the gun at you at it.
Bro, a t-shirt does not give you away as a cop. What are you talking about?
My wallet out, because the funny thing is, earlier in the night, I was in the aisles when I was doing my patrol in aisles. As you enter the aisles, you make the first right, and there was a gentleman walking his dog, and he immediately saw me, and because I was blacked out in a van driving around, and I immediately grabbed my wallet, and I went like this. I was like, sorry, I'm a police officer. It's okay, we're here doing surveillance and everything. So I know to identify myself right off the bat, but it happened so quick. He drew that gun so quick on me.
Okay. You have the holster for your gun with you?
Yeah, no, they have it.
What is the attachment you have on your belt there?
This is for my leg holster.
Okay.
Did
you have that tactical belt on at the time?
Yes, this is the same exact belt I had on. Okay. This right here, I had it in the waist.
Yeah, they're always like, if you're a police officer, bro, they're gonna give you every reason. You gotta be hella guilty, bro, to be a police officer and go bad. Like, you have to come all the way bad. Because it's 50-50. People are gonna side with the police. Like, that's why it's so foul when the police are bad. Because there's so many good cops. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, it's so bad because we trust you as people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we trust the police, bro. We need the police as society. You know what I mean? So, like, when they do shit like this, like, they betray everything. You know what I'm saying? They fuck up the whole system.
Waistband holster, and the whole thing with the drop leg holster was, you know, if I do need to go out, something like that, put the vest on, put the holster on, and then go.
Okay. Let's talk about 2 other things.
Yes.
Bro says he was on some surveillance, but I think he was off duty.
When you said you swore you shot up there when he first pulled the gun at you, did you see if it had an impact on him?
Couldn't tell.
Did you notice?
Were you watching him at the time?
My aim was I was watching that gun.
Did he fall down?
No.
Did he stumble? Did he say ouch or shot me or anything?
Did he say anything at that point?
Nothing. Nothing was said. Nothing was, and he was just pointing the gun right.
No body reaction to indicate something may have occurred?
No, nothing. Just flight.
Okay. Corey obviously had every reason to run, and for flight to be his response to being shot at 6 times at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, he killed Corey Jones, I believe it was. This happened in Palm Beach, Florida. Corey Jones was like a musician. He was a performer. He was an artist, bro. I like to think of myself as an artist, bro. Like anyone who gets in front of the camera or you do something every day, like that's art. You know what I mean? It's definitely art. So like this guy being a drummer, like that's like traditional art. Like I really look up to guys who are like painters, people who draw, people who play music, like instruments. You know what I mean? Um, People who could sing, like that's even rappers, like all that, like you know what I mean. People like that's it becomes their instrument. But like you know what I mean. It's sad, bro, to see like someone like that go out because like I feel like I understand them, bro.
While his car was broken down, the only reason that Corey was even still with his vehicle was because he was afraid that his drums were going to be stolen out of it. So he decided he would wait for the tow truck, despite one of his friends offering him a ride home after he tried to help Corey get his vehicle running. Corey was already wary. Had Raja actually announced himself as a police officer, things likely would have gone extremely differently, especially when you consider the fact that Corey didn't have a single infraction on his record, and we mean not a single one, not even a traffic or parking ticket.
Which hand was he holding the gun in?
Right.
Okay. And again, do you remember where it came from?
He was like, again, like my
Yo, shout out Maddie Ben with the jewels. She kept it 100.
view was blocked by that door a lot, so
I'm not, or he might have kept it 100. I'm not sure, but that's still the big homie.
I couldn't tell if he had it in his waist, if he had it in the door, if he had it on his seat. I don't know.
Okay.
I remember seeing that thing coming right at me.
When he ran, was he full sprint back?
I saw him running.
Running fast?
Not fast. It wasn't fast because I still had, like, if he was I guess he was, you could say if he was in a full sprint trying to run away, he would probably made it a lot further.
Dose, you're a really good artist. I've seen your art inside of our Discord. I thank you for sharing. Like your paintings are amazing. Like I could never do anything like that. Like I could never express myself in that genre to that degree. Like you are amazing artist. I love your work.
Further.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna ask you to do one thing after
yes, sir.
I ask you one more question. The blood, you said you got blood all over.
Yes.
How'd you do that?
When we went, once we found his body and everything, and it was only me, Sergeant Sprague, and Sergeant Anderson. And when we saw his body, we flashed the light on him. We were up here at this guardrail, right, kind of like with this emergency.
Imagine shooting a dude and then calling your bosses and then y'all fucking looking at his body with a flashlight, like, hey, y'all want to see a dead body type shit? Like that's crazy. And then bro went home and slept in his bed that night. Wow.
Truck is sitting at, and we looked down. We're like, oh, there he is. His hands were tucked underneath him.
Right.
We couldn't even see his hands. So one of the sergeants said, we need to go make sure that he's that he's not alive still. He's not holding on to the weapon and everything like that. And Sergeant Anderson had the shield out. I was behind him in shield cover like this, and Sergeant Sprague was on further from me with a rifle out, and we slowly approached the body.
He's trying to see now. He's getting real detailed right here. When his details was fuzzy about like the range he shot him at and shit. But right now he got all the details because he like, we did a protocol. We went behind the shield, all this lame shit, yada, yada, yada.
I think we gave some royal guys, show me your hands, show me your hands. And nothing happened, didn't move, didn't even flinch. And Sergeant Sprague said, Raj, we got cover, holster up. We got to pull his hands out. And so holstered, pulled his hand out, pulled the other hand out, and then I'm not sure if it was Sergeant Sprague or Sergeant Anderson. They said, let's flip him just to make sure that he's not laying on top of the gun. So I grabbed his arm and I flipped him. There was no gun, nothing. Seeing Sergeant Sprague, like, okay, he's clear. Let's call fire rescue up. And I walked about like, I'm gonna go wash myself. I'm covered in blood.
And where did you do that at?
There was a fire truck and an ambulance right behind it with the rescue. And I walked back there. I was like, I need to wash this off me. And the firefighter, she grabbed a bottle of hydrogen peroxide, popped it, and just started dumping it all over me. And I was just washing myself.
Okay. Now to go back when the gentleman was rolled over, did anybody check him to see if he had any kind of weapons?
No.
Did you see anything in the ground around him?
We just kind of like did this and everything. And Sergeant Anderson like, we need to get out of this. We shouldn't contaminate this crime scene anymore.
And didn't see anything out
of
the ordinary?
Immediate area, no.
Okay.
Was that truck here when this happened?
No, this truck was like way towards the end. They just needed more lights, so they called it in.
Just making sure. And did you have anything to do with recovering any piece of evidence around here?
No.
Whether it be shell casings or guns or anything like that?
Second that happened, second I washed my hands, Sergeant Anderson was like, Raj, you need to be with me. And he took me, do you see where those officers, where those guys are standing right there by that car?
Yes.
Right there, and I was there for the rest until our command bus.
Never entered the crime scene again until you did this reenactment?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Did you get into a car or were you still outside?
No, I was outside the car the whole time till our command bus came, and I got into our command bus, and then your command bus came and I switched over to yours.
Okay.
What's the first thing he did when you yelled police at him?
Second, I said, hey man, police. He immediately just stepped back, and I remember clearly seeing that gun over that door pointing right at us. The night before, I went home and my wife saw me playing. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, I was doing surveillance last night. And the first words out of her mouth was, where's your vest? I was like, honey, it's inside the van. It's next to me. If I need it, I can throw it on and everything. And all I could think was, kids, man.
Do you have anything else?
Raja is bringing on the tears, and this isn't his first time being in trouble with the department. He may not have been planning or seeking someone out to harm this night, but his disciplinary history shows that at the bare minimum, he had a disregard for rules that carried into this fatal incident. From 2008 to 2015, he was written up multiple times for mishandling evidence. In 2009, a complaint was actually filed against him for going to a friend's house in regards to a domestic incident while he was off duty and plainclothed. Just another example of Raja thinking he can get away with his behavior of not doing things by the book.
Now, when he got out of the car, how did he get out of that car? Did it look like he had just opened up the door and stepped out?
I saw him
what
pop
was that?
out fast, I couldn't tell if he stepped his left foot, right foot, because my van's pretty high, van was blocked. I just saw him pop out like right there, like, oh, and it just caught me off guard. I was like,
okay.
That red laser, you said that, did it flash or was it
it was
steady light?
flickering.
It was flickering?
Yes, sir.
You said you know about guns.
Yes, sir. Laser Max is the only company that makes a laser that goes in the guide rod of the gun, and they're not a steady laser. They're designed to flicker like that to give you like, hey, this is where I'm at.
And were you there when if there was a gun recovered? Were you there? Did you see it afterwards?
I haven't seen the gun. I haven't seen anything. Again, after we got the body and everything, after I washed my hands, they immediately took me over there, and I've been there the whole time.
Now, you said you saw the laser. Did you see the end point of that laser at any point?
Where was? No,
yeah.
No
okay.
idea.
Okay. Two more things.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when you discharged your weapon? You said you believed it was down there. Did you discharge it anywhere?
Yes, I discharged it, and this is what I'm saying. It's like when he was running, and I was going after, I was yelling, I was like, drop the gun, drop the gun, and I'm yelling at this guy to drop the gun at the top of my lungs, and I see him do one of these numbers come back, and all I remember saying to myself in my head was like, aim, and I even yelled, I was like, aim, and I put that front sight right into the black silhouette, and I squeezed again.
Do me a favor, as best you can, the same thing. Approximate where you were. Again, I know it's just
Aim was not something that Raja yelled. In fact, in total, he only said 20 words before he fired. And those words weren't the words you would expect from a public servant. Rather than identifying himself as a police officer, Raja antagonized Corey. It may be hard to make out, but in the clip you're about to hear, he asks, "You good?" When Corey responds that he is, Raja twice says, "Really?" in an almost sarcastic tone.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
In an almost sarcastic tone.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
In an almost sarcastic tone.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Oh, and do you have the like in the area?
Servant. Rather than identifying himself as a police officer, Raja antagonized Corey. It may be hard to make out, but in the clip you're about to hear, he asks, "You good?" When Corey responds that he is, Raja twice says, "Really?" in an almost sarcastic tone.
Yeah, bro. If you were really trying to help someone, you wouldn't come up with "you good." Like that makes me feel like you about to rob me. Honestly, like that. If someone asks me, "You good?" Like I either they're telling me that I'm somewhere I shouldn't be, or if I'm not doing anything, making eye contact, nothing, like they come up and start that. That's how they start the conversation. Like I'm thinking this motherfucker trying to rob me, bro. Especially how his car pulled up.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Oh, and do you have the like in the area?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, which one is this? Because you had testified earlier that you shot twice.
Yes.
This is second.
This is the second.
Or the first.
The second series.
Okay.
First series, second series.
Very good.
I'm probably remember seeing the name somewhere. Oh, again, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, you went.
Probably have to say somewhere around. Come up to about almost here.
Yep.
It was somewhere in this. Because I remember I didn't hug the guardrail. I remember I was coming wide. And I remember yelling "aim."
So it was in this general area.
General area.
Okay.
I remember yelling "aim," bro. Why would you yell that?
At which point was he pointing the gun at you? He was running.
No, word, he didn't.
Running backwards and it turned.
He was running. He was running from me, and he did one of these numbers.
Where?
Where was he at that point?
Yeah. Can we?
Yeah, absolutely. Go.
I would probably say somewhere.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
In this general vicinity. You want me to?
I don't want you getting wet. It looks like it's
I'm already.
deep. Listen, don't go if it's a canal.
I'll toss him.
Okay.
You want me to toss him?
Yeah.
All right.
Again, it's just approximate.
This is approximate. Right. I would say probably from about here to about this area.
Okay. Right. So right in that area.
Right
That's
in
where
that
he
area.
was when he.
That's when he was. He turned around and he just went like this, and I was like, and I remember yelling.
Why y'all do the throw the cone? Ain't y'all gonna have to go down there anyway? That didn't seem like some very approximate science, bro.
And just
when he spun, you saw the barrel again.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw him. Okay. I saw this. No, but I saw the biggest thing is here's the thing. Again, from like training and experience and being around firearms and teaching firearms and everything like that.
That's if I'm walking past them or like I'm walking into an area, wordsmith. But like I feel like if I'm just chilling by myself trying to get something taken care of and someone takes my attention off that, like you good? Like I feel like that's a threat. Like I feel like I take that as a threat.
Here's the thing: if somebody's running, if they're looking back, versus when they see a whole body spin and you see that fist come up like this, he's trying to kill me.
Did you see one at that point?
Yes, I saw something and
He's gonna say I saw the silver bar. I saw the silver shine.
then he dropped, and that's when I said I saw something silver fall.
Okay.
The last thing I'm going to have you to do, it sounds silly, let's go back to the car.
Told y'all.
I'm
going to keep up.
trying.
The last thing I'm going to have you do is, as best you can, physically and verbally, reenact the moment without getting in your van. You can start at the driver's door.
Okay.
Reenact everything you did. Simulate drawing your gun because I'll have it. As best you can, reenact it as if it was just happening now. You know what I mean?
Okay. Without getting my vehicle.
And when I say reenact it, I want the volume of your voice to be the same. I want your
Do it 100%.
your speed in your walk or your run to be the same, and progress all the way through.
All the way through, okay.
Yep.
Prepare yourself for the strangest and most inaccurate recreation of events of all time.
I completely go around like, and he says, "Hey man," he jumps out. He's like, "Hey man, I'm okay." I'm like, "Hey man, cops! Hey man, police, can I help you?" And he immediately, "Hey man, police, can I help you?" And he draws the gun on me and says, "Drop the gun!" And bang, 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 and he starts running, and I start chasing him. And I'm calling 911. Hey, this is Guardians Alpha 1. This is Roger. I just shot a guy. The guy had a gun, and I'm describing the guy. And as he's going right there, he stops and he turns around, looks at me, and I'm like, aim! And I bang, 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 and I fire about 2 or maybe 3 rounds over here, and I see him drop, and I come up a little bit more, and I'm still on the phone. I slow down, and then I couldn't see him anymore. And I was like, I've lost sight of him. I don't know where he is. And they're like, go back at your radio. And I just started walking backwards, ran back, and got my radio.
Let's pause there and just listen to the audio all the way through to see if a single thing matches his statements.
Is there any buildings, landmarks, anything like that that I could use to pinpoint your address?
Stop. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's gunshots.
Nope, it sure doesn't. But that doesn't matter to Raja at the time of this recreation, because he has absolutely no idea that the entire thing was recorded.
The length of time that you just did that.
Outside of him, I don't know where he is. And they're
like that I could use to pinpoint your address.
Stop. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's gunshots.
Nope, it sure doesn't.
That was like 5 shots. That was like 5 shots on that that was like 5 shots on that call.
But that doesn't matter to Raja at the time of this recreation, because he has absolutely no idea that the entire thing was recorded.
The length of time that you just did that, roughly the same?
3 to 4 seconds, if that.
Okay.
Maybe 5.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take you over to Sergeant
Molescar.
Molescar.
Yes, sir.
I'm mixing up the names. Where he put your gun in the trunk.
Yes,
and the only reason I'm going to have you go over there is to identify that as
that
your
is
gun.
okay. We'll do.
And then we're going to take it as evidence.
Okay.
And
Got you.
that'll conclude everything. Any other time during this whole incident did you say police?
I don't know what to tell you.
What's that?
I don't know. I remember screaming, "Drop the gun! Drop the gun!" I remember screaming that. I'm sure I probably said, "Police, drop the gun." It's just,
you don't remember?
I don't remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm happy about it.
Good.
The fact that he said that lets you know that he for sure knows he didn't announce himself as the police.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Numan Raja's case was highly contested and a huge staple in the news cycle for several years. In 2016, he was arrested on charges of murder and attempted murder, one charge for the volley of shots that were fatal, and another for the volley of shots that were not. In court in 2019, he didn't testify, which was within his right, but certainly didn't help his case. Ultimately, he was sentenced to 25 years in prison for manslaughter and attempted first-degree murder.
I don't know if I can. I'm gonna give it a horn. He barely get a horn just because cops be getting off. But I feel like them was some weak ass charges. He should have got at least murder 2, but for sure murder 1. That's what I feel like. But man, that's gonna be our Sunday stream, bro. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, depending on where part of the world you're in. But man, I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I love y'all. And we'll see you tomorrow. Cue the outro music.
And the art of punches is when you could throw 2 punches that sound like one. He would throw punches. You can hear them. They were 2, but they sound like fucking 1 punch. Oh, they don't understand. Anybody that hears this understand the art of fighting. They know what I'm saying. He threw 2 punches that sound like 1. With him. And it's not funny as it come out because he comes out